Jamaica need more police and police need more money. Jamaica is also importing ganja from Canada. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Jamaica's Cannabis Licensing Authority has approved the importation of ganja from Canada into Jamaica. In the past, several attempts to legally export ganja and ganja products from Jamaica to the Canadian market have been met with resistance, including trade barriers. Canada would not allow ganja from Jamaica into their country, but here we are, giving them a license to send their weed to Jamaica to sell to Jamaica people. Look how much Rasta Man in Jamaica have hundreds and hundreds of pounds of ganja. And all we hear is that the Jamaica police raiding their farms and houses and burning their weed. But here we have the same government that tell the police to raid weed farm and burn it. They turn around and now buying weed from Canada. And these fool Jamaican people turn around and vote for these people, keeping them in power. The Jamaica Police Federation, which represents rank and file officers, has issued an ultimatum to the Ministry of Finance as it continues to express its disapproval with aspects of the new compensation restructuring program for the public sector. Corporal James said that the Federation will meet with members on Friday when the ultimatum could be disclosed. But the chairman has ruled out a possible strike action, saying that the Federation has never ever allowed the thought of withdrawing service from the people of Jamaica. However, he argued that the new compensation review will put some members at a disadvantage and that it perpetuates a cycle where rank and file members are paid significantly less than other police officers. And trust me, with 5 to 6 people being killed daily, plus business places getting robbed, Jamaica needs the service of the police. And Jamaica needs more police, and the police need to get more pay. And just as we asked, more than 280 newly trained police constables have been added to the Jamaica Constabulary Force following a graduation exercise on Tuesday. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang said that the 282 men and women will assist in dealing with hardened criminals. He said the expansion of the JCF is part of Jamaica's move to put a lid on crime. Over the last 24 months, more than 2,000 trainee constables have been added to the 21st century police officers, Dr. Chang boasted. And he added that the young officers have been provided with all the resources needed to deal with brutal gunmen who kill at a drop of a pin, as well as cyber criminals operating on the dark web. The Portland police said that there has been an increase in 3 types of crimes in the parish since the start of 2023. Superintendent of Police Lloyd Darby said that the crimes showing an increase are robberies, break-ins, and larceny. 10 break-ins have been recorded since the start of the year compared to 4 in 2022. And at this time last year, there were no robberies in Portland. So far this year, there have been 3. And 1 case of larceny has been reported this year as opposed to 0 this time last year. And of course, you can see Jamaica needs more police and the police need more pay. One of 26 defendants in the Wandon Gang trial has been found guilty. Royal Taylor was found guilty yesterday afternoon for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition by Chief Justice Brian Sykes in the Home Circuit Court. Another defendant, Carl Beach, was freed on Tuesday. Justice Sykes had been summing up the evidence presented by prosecutors against reputed gang leader Andre Blackman Bryan and members of the Wandon Gang over the last few weeks. Prosecutors have accused the men of being involved in an organized crime syndicate which is responsible for several murders, shootings, and extortion in Spanish Town in St. Catherine. And so far, Brian Sykes is not finding any of them guilty for murder. He's just finding them guilty for possession of firearm. And you can see where this is going. The remains of a man was found in a burnt-out vehicle on an Appleton Estate Road in St. Elizabeth on Wednesday morning. He has been identified as Kenneth Barnes of Beth Salem in the parish. The Toyota motor car was seen on the road that leads from Badgell Bridge to Thornton. A farmer made the discovery about 7 o'clock and raised an alarm, and the suspect believed that Mr. Barnes was killed sometime Tuesday night and the car set ablaze. The decomposing body of a woman was found floating in the Black River in Barton and St. Elizabeth on Tuesday, and it's reported that about 5 p.m. residents went to the river to wash clothes when they saw the body and called the police. The police in Hanover now are trying to determine the motive behind the shooting death of a man in the parish on Tuesday, and it's reported that about 11 a.m. the police were alerted to a motor vehicle crash along the main road in Bamboo Bottom in Green Island. The body of an unidentified man was found inside the overturned vehicle. Checks revealed that the body had a bullet wound to the head, and investigators theorized that the man was shot by someone who was also in the vehicle based on blood trail found on the scene. And there was another shooting and arson attack at Old Green Island, Hanover on Wednesday as well. Occupants at a house were alerted around 1:50 a.m. yesterday morning to strange sounds outside their house. Armed men then kicked off the door and fired into the house, forcing the occupants to flee. They set the house on fire. The flames were extinguished by residents. Meanwhile, a total of 315 people have been shot and injured in gun attacks so far this year, but 186 have been killed from January 1st to February 28th. However, this is below the 245 homicides which was recorded for the corresponding period of 2022. St. James has recorded most of the murders this year with 25, followed by Kingston Western with 22, Clarendon with 18, and St. Catherine's South Division with 16. St. James, which is a famous tourist parish, continues to be the most murderous in Jamaica. A 40-year-old businessman was shot dead in Negril, Westmoreland yesterday morning. Investigators said that O'Neill Christopher Smith, otherwise called San, a resident of Good Hope district in Negril, was shot dead outside a nightclub about 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's reported that Smith was purchasing food at a cook shop at the club when he was confronted by gunmen who opened fire, hitting him multiple times. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Onto sports, with the Boys and Girls Athletic Championship just 3 weeks away, organizers of this year's championship said that they are expecting a very competitive contest from the urban area schools. The two-day meet, which will be held on Friday and Saturday, will be staged at the National Stadium in Kingston. And the meet will see defending champions Kingston College, who are also reigning champion, facing off against the likes of rivals Jamaica College, Calabar, Wolmer's Boys, and Excelsior. KC won last year's championship comfortable after amassing 507.50 points ahead of JC with 427 points. They were followed in third place by Calabar 335.5, Wolmer's Boys 148.5, and Excelsior 132. On the girls' side, Excelsior are the defending champions and should face strong competition from Immaculate, Wolmer's, the Queen's School, and Covenant of Mercy Academy Alpha. Excelsior tallied 429 points to win the title last year, ahead of Immaculate, who had a total of 315.5 points, Wolmer's 248, and the Queen's School 224, and St. Andrew High 104. And if you ever miss the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube and type in Jamaican Undiluted News. Listen, like, share, and subscribe, and keep the channel going. My name is Mikey Bones. Have a wonderful day. I gone.